Hey everybody, what's going on? So I spent a little money today on accident, but it's for a good cause. Behind me here is my flattening table. You've seen it before, probably in really fast motion, but today it's really still because I'm retooling. Previously, I've been using this three-fluted spoil bit. I guess that's what they're called, a flattening bit, whatever. This is what I use to flatten all my slabs, and it works okay. It's got 3 carbide bits on it. It's about 1.8 inches wide at the widest right here, but I'm ready to try something else, and here's what we got. This is what's called the Slab Slayer. It's from RIP Precision Tools, and it's got 4 flutes on it, but what's different about it is not only is it 2.5 inches wide, but the cutting bits are oriented differently. I don't know if you can see, there we go. So the offshore unit here, the bits are flat in reference to the cutting surface, and these are pointed. So these are nice carbide bits, indexable just like this. This was a little bit more money, obviously, but we're gonna give it a go in my wimpy little 2.5 horsepower router back here and see how much better it does. Let's find out. Okay, 2 things I want to show you real quick. Number 1, this is a blackjack oak slab that I flattened some time ago, and you can see I did not have the router shimmed well enough so that the cutting edge was perfectly flat with the slab. So what you get are these little ledges, and it looks big, but it is just barely enough to catch your fingernail on. It would sand out very easily, but if I had my druthers, I would rather not have to sand those out. All right. Second thing I want to show you, this is a rough cut blackjack oak slab, very similar to what I just showed you with the lines in it. And this is what it looks like after it comes out of the kiln. There's all kinds of warping going on. It's a lot of things, and flat is not one of them. So my flattening table here, what it does is it lays flat on the deck, and you run the router over the top of it, and it takes out all the dips and bumps and whoops and twists and whatnot. So that's what we're going to be doing today. All right, so I wanted to stop real quick. I've only made a couple passes. There's 2 things that I noticed instantaneously. Number 1, for whatever reason, this wider, heavier, more massive bit is many multitudes quieter. I don't have a decibel meter in here to compare against, but all I can say is the machine running in free air is quieter, the machine cutting the material itself is quieter. I can only suspect that's the amount of surface area that's being disturbed. Just everything about it works better as a good first impression, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All right, my super scientific adjustment has been made. I took my note card out down here and went from 2 folds to 3 folds. So that is my scientific adjustment there. So we'll see if we can get this flatter. I know that my router with 2.25 horsepower doesn't quite have the oomph to turn this bit the way it needs to be turned. I'm still making some lines here which are just barely noticeable and could be easily sanded out, but I would just much rather prefer it'd be perfectly flat. And again, that's not a reflection on the tool itself, that's a reflection on me setting it up, so that's an operator error. But man, the finish itself is really good. It's smooth, it's workable. I'm most impressed with its ability to cut. Again, if I had more horsepower, I could take wider swaths. Typically with my old bit, I would be able to turn the crank 3 to 4 times per pass without really bogging the machine down. I know you couldn't tell in the fast motion, but here I was turning it about 10 times. So roughly 3 times the width per cut with the same amount of load on the machine. So overall, I'm very impressed. Again, 10 out of 10. I highly recommend this tool. It would do much, much better with a spindle motor with more horsepower, but for my purposes, this is great. If you've never seen blackjack oak before, it is some really pretty stuff. It's got lots of greens and browns and sometimes purples in it. Really pretty.